weekly astrology tarot forecast for the sun signs for the week of January 30th to February 5th. So I have a SoundCloud podcast where I talk about astrology, about what's going on in the sky during the week. This is going to be a very active week communication wise. People are going to be talking about all sorts of things this week. Very, very busy communication. Mercury, the planet of communication, is very busy this week. And there's going to be a lot of talk about healthcare. There's going to be a lot of talk about mental health this week. So watch for that. Also, it's a very fiery week. A lot of passionate energy going on. So make sure that you are putting your passions in a good direction. And that's overall for the week. But if you want to know all the details, you can go over to my blog where I post the SoundCloud, or on Facebook I also post the SoundCloud there as well on my Facebook page to give it a listen. It's about 50 minutes long. So all right, I will start with Aries as always. I pre-shuffled and using the Hermetic Tarot. This is my January deck. All right, let's start with Aries. So Aries, we have the world reversed, or the universe as it is there. So Aries, this is a time to really focus on personal and self-development. You are moving into a new phase, a new era in your life. You're affected by Mars, and Mars is moving into, or he just moved into Aries. So this is the beginning of a new 2-year cycle for you. So it's saying there's a lot of growth, even if it doesn't seem like it's on the outside. You're doing a lot of growing from within, so you need to give yourself a pat on the back for that. Taurus, we have the 5 of Cups reversed. We have a lot of reversed cards today. Well, we've only had 2, but let's see how it goes. Disappointment. But you know what, Taurus, you're going to be feeling like you need to move on from the disappointments that you've had. You need to, pick yourself up, get going. Your time of grieving, you feel like it's over. You feel a little bit burned by things. You don't want to be bitten again, but it's showing that grieving time is over for you this week, and you're going to start to take action again. Gemini, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So Gemini, you might feel this week like you were out of emotional energy, that you were just drained, you were done, you're not feeling it, you're not feeling inspired. So it's really a time for you to rest and to recuperate and to step back from things, step back from any drama that's going on around you right now. Cancer, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. So Cancer is saying this week is not a good week to pick a fight. It's saying that there's delays on things that you might have started, especially if you started a new program of education, a new job, anything like that. Is saying there might be delays. It's not saying that it won't happen, but it's showing there's delays there. But it's showing that there's sort of like, delays to your starting, but it's also not a good time to pick a fight. Yeah, that's Cancer. Okay, Leo, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. So Leo is saying don't be swayed by flattery. Don't be swayed by things that sound too good to be true, people that kind of, butter you up. Don't be swayed by that. And it's also showing like don't give up on your dreams, to really go for what you want to go for, not to give up on them. Virgo, we have the Princess of Cups reversed. So Virgo, you might be feeling very, very moody this week, feeling really up and down. So it's really a good time to take care of yourself, because just like with Geminis, and I think this is because of all the activity with Mercury, which rules both your signs, you may just be feeling very, very drained and done with things. And it's saying you need to go within, take care of yourself, and not be too moody or withdrawn with the people around you either, though. Libra, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. So Libra, you too, just like Cancer, may feel like you need to start a fight this week. And it's saying that's okay. You need to defend what you need to defend, but not to rush into things without thinking. And you may also feel attacked by others. And so it's saying you need to stand up for yourself, but do so in a very smart way. Scorpio, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. Scorpio, all these reverse cards. I think that's just kind of what's going on right now, is there's, sort of a lot of energies are feeling quite held back. So you also may rush into things without thinking, even more so than Libra is just going in there, taking action. Also reckless behavior. So stop and think. It's good to want to defend things or to try something new or do something different, but we should think before we act this week. Sagittarius, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So Sagittarius, you may be feeling not so hot this week. Again, a lack of energy, but this is more like where, I think it was Gemini was feeling quite drained. For you, you're going to just be feeling energetically. It's not emotionally, but it's just more energetically. So watch for minor illnesses and things, or minor accidents this week. But there's a lot of pent-up energy, so make sure you're expressing it in a positive way. And if you are feeling kind of drained, make sure you rest. For Capricorn, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. So Capricorn, you may be tempted this week to stick your head in the sand and run away from things rather than dealing with them. And it's saying that you can't do that this week. You need to look at them. Even if it's just a little bit and you take a little break every so often, it's saying that you need to face things head on and not withdraw from them. Aquarius, we have the High Priestess reversed. So Aquarius, you may be tempted to, keep secrets that you shouldn't be keeping, or to act behind the scenes and not come out and say what you really think. And it's saying that you need to be above board. It's also saying don't suppress your intuition. Don't suppress your intuitive instincts or your spirituality, that you need to express those things. And Pisces, these were all reversed. Three of Pentacles reversed. So Pisces, you may not feel like working on anything this week. Also, if you're in a job or you're doing work that you don't really like to do, you really need to reassess that and relook at it, and either look at the parts that you do enjoy and put your focus on that, or find work that you do enjoy. So reversals, all reversals. That's just really weird. But I think that's kind of what the energy is this week. And I think a lot of people may be feeling kind of burnt out or done with things. And for some people, the solution may be to rest. And for other people, the solution is you can't stick your head in the sand. So it depends kind of where you are on the chart with things, what you need to do. So the card that I pulled for everyone, and I thought this was pretty astute with what's going on, is Defend to the End, the Worthwhile. So whereas some of the cards that came up, especially for Libra and Scorpio, is you want to run in there and do something, we have to be smart about it. We have to think strategically about it. We need to defend to the end the things that are worthwhile, like our planet and each other's rights, democracy, all those kind of things that have come up in the news. We need to defend those and take action on them. We also, though, need to be smart about it and not, everybody's got to make their own decisions, that's for sure. But we need to defend, our priorities and our values. And for each of us, that may be something different or look a little bit different this week. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, resting if you need to, taking action if you need to, but be smart about it this week. And, in your everyday life, promote the values that you believe in. So that's my reading for this week. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you later.